Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that we're going to talk about today, to start our day off right, is straight from the horse's mouth himself. Gavin Newsom has introduced a 28th Amendment to the United States Constitution, all about curtailing your gun freedoms. Now, this is a 4-point plan, but this is much bigger than just Gavin Newsom. We're going to tie all of it together. There are elements of the Gavster, we've got the DNC, VP Kamala Harris, Biden's re-election campaign, and I promise you, we are going to hear about this again, and everything is linked for your review down in the description box. Let me hear what you guys think in the comments field, and make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. We are distributing Freedom Out on the daily at Langley Outdoors Academy, and we'd love to have you here every day with us. Now, of course, my brothers and sisters, you guys know that I am moving, but today is move day, and I had to sneak this video in because Gavster decided to ruin the day of my move with this stupid announcement, and we're going to walk through it right now. Again, I cannot wait to hear what you guys think on this one. So, let's go to the hair gel monster himself first, and let's hear what he's got to say about the 28th Amendment to the United States, and then I'm going to show you what reality is versus what they're actually proposing, because like I said, there's a bigger plan here. Let's get it.
Every time, it's the same. They tell us we can't stop these massacres. They tell us we have to stand by and watch tragedy after tragedy unfold in our communities. They say we can't stop domestic terrorism without violating the Second Amendment, and that thoughts and prayers are the best we can do. I'm here to say that's a lie. In this country, we do have the power to change things, to reclaim our freedom from fear. Our ability to make a more perfect union is literally written into the Constitution. So today, I'm proposing the 28th Amendment to the United States Constitution to do just that.
Side note, isn't it interesting that the left will say that the Constitution was built by terrible people and everything they touch should be torn down, and so therefore the Constitution is tainted with the original sin of whatever the problem is at the time, and it should never be referenced in modern day. And then all of a sudden, when it comes to a 28th Amendment, it's like, well, it was written in, and the Founding Fathers knew what they were doing. We can change things through the amendment process. Anyone else find that ironic? I know. Well, that's one of the main ploys. We talk about that all the time. That's a thing. But let's get into this. What's he actually asking to curtail? And then I'm going to show you reality of what he's actually asking. And then we're going to tie it together with what could really be at play here. So let's go to the second clip from the hair gel monster. Let's get it.
The 28th Amendment permanently enshrines 4 additions to the laws of our land. It raises the minimum age to purchase a firearm from 18 to 21. Because if you can't buy a beer, you shouldn't be able to buy a gun. It mandates universal background checks to prevent truly dangerous people from purchasing a gun that can be used in a crime. It institutes reasonable waiting periods for all gun purchases, and it bans civilians from buying assault rifles, those weapons of war our founding fathers never foresaw.
Our founding fathers never foresaw any type of weapon that could do any type of damage to anything. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. How difficult is this? But anyway, I'm going to hit a few of these things here in 1 second. But there's something underlying here, and I'm going to lay it all out, and we're going to talk about all the points. There's a big underlying theme here, and I'm going to tie it together for you right now. You remember how about last week, I think it was last Friday, I believe, that they came out and said Kamala Harris was the leading voice of gun violence in the election for Biden in 2024? The White House put her in charge, and the White House is going to make it a main effort of the re-election campaign around gun violence. Remember that? Well, and then all of a sudden, 5 days later, 6 days later, Gavin Newsom comes out with a 28th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which is backed by a DNC PAC, Political Action Committee. You think any of these things happen in silos and they're just coincidental? No. They're laying the groundwork for the campaign from the bottom level governor all the way to the presidential. That this is going to be a main thing, and we're going to fight it every single day. But mark my words, you will hear the 28th Amendment as a main thing going forward for the Biden campaign. Mark it right here, all right? But now, let me show you what it would actually take to ratify a 28th Amendment to the United States to curtail your gun rights, and then I'm going to break down what they're actually asking. An amendment may be proposed by 2/3 vote of both houses of Congress. That ain't going to happen right now. Or if 2/3 of the states request one by a convention called for that purpose, so a convention of states. The amendment must then be ratified by 3/4 of the state legislators or 3/4 of the conventions called in each state for ratification. So out of 50 states, 3/4 of them would have to ratify this amendment. You've got about 10 gun control states out of 50. So you're sitting about at 1/5. You need 3/4. You're at 1/5. What could this be? Because that doesn't seem realistic, does it? Again, it's all about the perception of doing something for the re-election campaign. That is what you are seeing. But now, let me dive into this because I'm going to walk you through a few of the things that he just said, because all the points of the 28th Amendment are unconstitutional or stupid. All right, this is from the Gavster. New. I'm proposing the 28th Amendment to the United States Constitution to help end our nation's gun violence crisis. The American people are sick of Congress's inaction, because he's going to speak for all American people. The 28th will enshrine 4 widely supported gun safety freedoms while leaving the Second Amendment intact. Raising the minimum age to purchase the gun to 21, because if you can't buy a beer, why can you buy a gun? Hey, I got a question for you, Gav. If you can go off to war, why can't you buy a gun? See, we can do it too. Especially since one of those examples that I just laid out was another government-mandated control. See, he's arguing from the standpoint of government-mandated control to further instill government control. Well, the government won't allow you to get a beer till 21, so why should you be able to get a gun? The government will allow you to go off to war at 18, why can't you get a gun? It works the exact same way. Dumb. Number 2, universal background checks. This is against constitutional law because you can't have universal background checks without a national registry. It cannot happen. The two cannot work individually. They are joined. You cannot do it against constitutional law. A reasonable waiting period for gun purchases. Couldn't be more vague on that one. That'll never pass constitutional muster. Reasonable. And banning the civilian purchase of assault weapons. Okay, common use. Assault weapons are going to be in front of the Supreme Court pretty soon, and even in California, his own state, it's about to be overturned by Roger Benitez. So all of these things are unconstitutional. Why would they do it? Because they're pandering for votes. That's what they're doing. This entire thing is shaping up to be, look at all the things that we're proposing. Look at all the things that we want. Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it sound great? Even though it's impossible. But still, it sounds so great and amazing. Vote for us. This is where we're going. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think of Gavster's 28th Amendment, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.